Welcome back to the Weekend Update, and today our segment is walking through U.S. history.
Weekend Update.
Now let's start with slavery.
Wait, whoa, Zamila, this is American history. We don't address the bad parts, only parts where we look good.
Well, according to scholar Kanye West, slavery was a choice.
Well, wait a minute. I thought slavery was a horrible system that was implemented after many years of Native Americans dying due to European diseases, and then we needed slaves for intensive labor.
Yeah, this one's about right. We can go with that.
Well, the debate over slavery resulted to the compromise of the Three-Fifths Compromise, and this was held in the Constitutional Convention, and this helped the Southern states ratify their constitution.
Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner.
Anyways, America in the early 1800s did what it loves to do best: take land that doesn't belong to them. In 1803, Thomas Jefferson signed the Louisiana Purchase, where he bought land from the French.
Wow, I wonder how the natives felt about that.
Shut up, Zamila. The Americans don't really care how the natives feel. We can clearly see that with President Jackson ignoring Rochester versus Georgia.
Wait, what's that?
Well, Zamila, Rochester versus Georgia was a Supreme Court case where the Supreme Court surprisingly agreed with the natives and said that the impeding non-native Americans were acting unconstitutionally.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
Yes, but mainly no, because President Jackson basically ignored the whole thing.
Wow, America treated the natives really bad.
Zamila, what did I say? We don't address the bad parts of American history, just like how we don't address the real causes of the Civil War.
So you're telling me that the Civil War didn't start over economic disparities between the North and the South?
No, it was entirely over slavery.
American slavery, what a bad and twisted history.
Well, after the Civil War, the U.S. passed the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, which helped former slaves and black people, but only for a short period of time.
Okay, so we've reached the late 1800s and the early 1900s, the Industrial Age.
Ah, yes, the rise of Vanderbilt, who expanded the railways, Carnegie, who expanded steel manufacturing, Rockefeller, who took over oil, and J.P. Morgan, who expanded banking.
Wow, so this must have been really good for the economy and the people, right?
Yes, the American economy boomed, but it was terrible for the working people. The people working were forced to work in terrible conditions, and it basically caused them to form labor unions.
Yeah, and many presidents actually supported these labor unions, like Teddy Roosevelt, who was later dubbed the Trust Buster because of how he split up trust monopolies.
Teddy also used his big stick policy to protect other countries with democracy, more specifically in South America, which contributed to our interaction with them today.
Yeah, for sure. Look at South America today.
Besides those things, America was still lacking in many other spheres.
Like what?
Well, women's rights still were lagging.
Yeah, women still did not have the right to vote.
Yeah, women such as Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton fought hard to push women's suffrage.
Wow, I'm so glad these women were the foundation for all the rights that women have today, like voting, job opportunities, and abortion. Oh, wait.
Yeah, even though they were racist, they're a part of the reason why women can vote today, when President Wilson passed the 19th Amendment in 1920.
Can't have one good one, can we?
No, Georgia, this is America. We've always been good.
Right?
Yeah,
We've always been
Right,
good.
of course.
Right. Now, moving on to the World Wars. World War I was when America fought to make the world safe for democracy.
And even though Wilson was a known racist, his efforts in World War I led to the Allied powers' victory over the Central Powers, and his efforts during the peace negotiations led to the drafting of the 14 points.
And although Congress didn't pass it, it still set the precedent for the modern model of the UN that we have today.
Wow, and didn't the U.S. experience an economic boom?
Yep, it sure did. Tell us more, Georgia.
Well, it's where you see women in flapper dresses, the rise of jazz age, and overall economic success, as well as prohibition.
But in 1929, the stock market crashed due to overspeculation, and the U.S. economy entered a Great Depression.
People lost their homes, and a lot of people were hungry.
Yeah, but with the election of FDR, the Depression found its cure. FDR passed various executive orders dubbed the New Deal, and it helped propel the American people. Depressions such as Social Security, the Civilian Conservation Corps, and Civil Works Administration.
Then the U.S. entered World War II after Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, and many historians credit the U.S. entering World War II as the real reason why the Depression ended.
Nevertheless, during World War II, the American government reverted back to its racist tendencies with Japanese internment camps due to fears that the Japanese immigrants were working with the Japanese government.
I'm so glad that we've come such a long way from our fears and paranoia about other races and ethnicities.
I don't know what that one.
Well, one good thing that happened during World War II was the defeat of Adolf Hitler and the Axis powers. The defeat of the Japanese was a result of Truman dropping the atomic bomb because he knew the Japanese were never going to surrender.
Fortunately, we are doing better and history is not repeating itself.
Alright guys, that's all the time we have for today.
Okay, we will see you guys next week on another Walk Through History.